I signed for them after the Euros, and after my first day's training, I was driving home. I was actually thinking, regretting it, what have I done? Like I walked into a circus.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Phil Egan is here. Phil, good morning to you.
Good morning, how are you doing?
This is the most pressurised moment of the day.
It is. I feel like there should be a spotlight on me almost.
You've got to get the answers right.
There'd be an awful shine off my head, though.
There is a lot on the line. We have an actual deal. We're starting with an actual deal.
Hold on a minute. We did have more deals other than Minamino for yesterday. We also forgot about Jack Rodwell to Sheffield United. So, carry on. But
right.
Which is a big deal that a Premier League club has actually come in for Jack Rodwell.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, he's done well there.
It was not confirmed. Danny Drinkwater's not confirmed. Danny Drinkwater is confirmed, yeah. We have an actual deal. Chelsea midfielder Danny Drinkwater, Chelsea midfielder, he's been on loan at Burnley, has completed a loan move to Aston Villa until the end of the season. This is a weird situation. But anyway, can Danny Drinkwater help save Aston Villa?
From what I saw of him for Burnley this season, he played one league game. That was against Manchester City. He was so far off the pace. So I don't know what he's going to bring to the Aston Villa midfield. You think he only played 23 times for Chelsea. I don't even remember him playing 23 times for Chelsea. It was a strange
Why did they sign him?
signing at the time. It was one of those Conte signings where you thought...
right after they won the league, wasn't it?
It was this... Yeah, sorry, after Chelsea won the league.
Oh, right.
Yeah. No, Leicester, he didn't go straight after Leicester won the league. He did a season, and then he went the next season. But it was one of those strange signings. You kind of said, do you know what? Conte has turned Victor Moses and Marcus Alonso into Premier League winning wing-backs. We'll trust him on this one. But it didn't really amount to anything, and he's pretty much been told you're not going to get any game time under Frank Lampard.
160 grand a week, apparently. Oh, maybe it's 110, is it? I don't know, the Athletic had the details on it anyway. Burnley only had to pay 60 grand, and Chelsea were like to Villa, look, you've got to pay the whole thing. Drinkwater got himself out of the Burnley clause. There was a break clause in January, which ran out on the 6th of January, and on the 7th he was having a medical at Villa. Once he heard Villa were interested,
and I'd say Burnley were happy enough
I'm
to
getting out of here.
Go as well.
Well, Dyche says, it didn't really work out for him, couldn't break into the centre midfield, but he was injured in a fight outside a nightclub in September and only recently recovered. I was like, okay, that's is that what you want to inject into your...
This is where Villa are at the moment, where they're...
Blitz.
Villa are just trying a few things because Premier League survival is on the line.
I have another Villa story here which I'm going to skip forward to. According to the Telegraph, Aston Villa have been in contact with Crystal Palace over a move to re-sign Belgian striker Christian Benteke. Can Benteke save Villa's season?
No.
He did a few seasons ago.
We love Christian
49
Benteke.
goals in 101 games for Villa.
He was great.
He hasn't played for them for 5 years.
He looked
we won't talk about what happened after. We won't talk about the fact that he hasn't scored a goal for Palace this season.
4 goals in 17-18 season.
Maybe when he puts on the Villa shirt again, it all comes back to him.
Maybe, because he was dynamic.
He kind of moved to Liverpool off the back of it.
Could score every type of goal. Yeah, he didn't do great stuff at Liverpool either, did he?
Apart from that overhead at Old Trafford, which gets overlooked because Martial scored in his debut that day. But Benteke...
The answer is no to the question. The answer is no. And what about saving Aston Villa as if they're in some sort of perilous state? They were not in the relegation zone.
They're pretty perilous.
1 point above it.
They're teetering around it. They've just got promoted. They're still figuring it out in the Premier League. They're going to be fine. Don't worry about it.
They've been dragged in. The worst thing is getting dragged in, because then you don't know if you're ready for a fight.
Sort of thing.
And look, the thing is that they didn't stick with the team that got them up. They got rid of all of those players, and that they should have just stuck with the team and then added 2 or 3
players. It turns out they did at Fulham.
You're being revisionist too early, I think. Wait till they actually survive in the Premier League for a season, and then you'll be like, well, that was actually a really good season from Aston Villa.
Oh, look, survival would be amazing.
They do need to sign, not Christian Benteke, though.
In Germany, Bild reports that Borussia Dortmund attacker Mario Götze will not sign a new contract and will leave the club on a free transfer when his contract expires at the end of the season. He was a previous Manchester United target, but that trail went cold. It is expected that any club would need to match the 27. He's only 27. He's the same age as Jesse Lingard. Would need to match the 27-year-old's 160 grand a week wages, which is nothing to the top clubs. Would a reunion with club at Liverpool be a good idea here?
No.
It'd be great for Mario Götze, but not for Liverpool.
Great for German sports writers.
Yeah, if Liverpool are looking for one player from Dortmund, it's Jadon Sancho, and not Mario Götze.
Yeah, that's pretty much...
Götze's past it.
You would have thought so.
Yeah.
If you're signing a player who's struggling to get minutes, as you said there, for Borussia Dortmund, then if you profess to be the best team in the world, then you don't sign that player unless he comes in and says, I'm happy to be the new Xherdan Shaqiri. I will play I'll make a contribution to 10 Premier League games a year, a significant contribution, and play your cup games for you a year.
160 grand a week, I'm your man.
Yeah, that's not going to fit into Liverpool's wage structure. I know they pay big wages, but they tend to give big wages to players that have earned those contracts. Not in you come, you're not doing so well, so I can't see it happening.
On to Italy. Corriere della Sera report that Arturo Vidal could be on his way to either Manchester United or Inter Milan for 20 million. Now, we brought you the fact yesterday that Arturo Vidal is 32 years of age. 20 million.
Still the case.
According to the paper, his agent Fernando Filicevic, who was the man behind Alexis Sanchez's amazing deal at Manchester United, he's travelling from South America to meet the two clubs, which you would do. Like, Man United, yeah, I've just chartered a jet. It's a giant Boeing 767.
I would watch a Flying the Wall documentary about this guy that they've commissioned from South America to commission all these years. I didn't even know that there was a Sanchez connection here, because I was just about to say that surely the Alexis Sanchez deal has scarred Manchester United for life, and that they will never, ever, ever sign somebody who resembles that, let alone an old player who also happens to be Chilean. Like, I mean, don't let that affect you, Manchester United, if you want to dig a hole deeper for yourself, especially if they're going down this route of youth, and some Manchester United fans may be able to look on the bright side of life at the moment. This would disrupt all of that. Yeah. Absolutely not. No.
If he goes into the United team, he makes an improvement straight away. But I would be siding with Owen in the fact that he's going to be 33 in May, and the strategy that United are supposedly putting in place is they want to recruit younger players. Now, they're not doing that much recruitment at the moment, but they can't be pressing the panic button. Unfortunately, though, they don't have the greatest strategy at the moment.
If Arturo Vidal was free, you'd say, yeah, no problems. But it's just a waste of 20 million, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Elsewhere, Inter Milan have inquired about Manchester United captain Ashley Young, 34. Conte tried to sign Young when he was the Chelsea coach in 2017, apparently, but signed down to Drinkwater instead, yeah, which also worked out. Young is out of contract with Man United at the end of the season, so he's free to negotiate a pre-contract agreement with an overseas club this month, or he could leave now for a fee. How effective is Ashley Young at the age of 34? Should Man United just try and keep him?
No, what is with Conte's weird fascination with Ashley Young?
I don't know, but you're looking at Ashley Young going to Italy, you're thinking, it's working out pretty well for Chris Smalling at the moment. Maybe Ashley Young wants a bit of the Italian life, and I think he's one of those players that United fans would be happy to see the back of him. More so the fact that it's a reminder of where they're at the moment. That,
yeah.
You know, he had his merits as a United player when Fergie signed them, and obviously did a job as a left back under Mourinho. But I think
he's had a good Man United career. Like, he is not the cause of the problems.
No, absolutely not.
We also need to hold fire on the whole sort of Chris Smalling revisionism that's going on as well. The whole he looks great in Italy, United made a mistake in selling him. Like, think of all the players that have signed from Serie A and the Premier League and have just completely tanked, that have been terrible. It's a different league, it's a different style of football.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sure, a few seasons ago you were watching Liverpool play Roma, and who's playing centre half for Roma? Fazio.
There you go.
So, was he any good though?
Well, look, he was playing in a Champions League semi-final, which was
9:28 this morning. 16-year-old English prospect, could have been Irish. 16-year-old English prospect Louie Barry, who turned down pro contracts to join Barca's La Masia academy last year, is set to move to Aston Villa in a potential $3 million deal. That's obviously one for the future. This is a great story, where he was on the books. I mean, it's a great story if you're a Villa fan. It's a terrible story if you're a West Brom fan. He's on the books at West Brom since the time he was 6 to the time he's 16. They're like, oh, this is great because this guy's a superstar. Did he play underage for Ireland?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he played underage for Ireland.
He's already said, though, he's going to...
And he's still eligible.
He is, but he's actually said he wants to play for England.
Okay, I mean, you know, he can change his mind.
Well, here's the thing. So how do you find out about a player like Louie Barry, who none of us have seen play? You go onto his Football Manager profile. So I went onto his Football Manager profile, and I'm seeing a lot of green here. He's got excellent determination, excellent flair, very good dribbling, finishing and first touch, and his technical ability is great as well. Fantastic acceleration, great agility, and his natural fitness, also superb. That's the report on Louie Barry. Too much green there for him to be a Republic of Ireland player, I'm afraid. He's probably going to be good.
If he'd signed for an English club when he left West Brom, they would have had to pay him an absolute fortune, but he signs for Barcelona. Barcelona get him at a cut price of 250 grand for a 16-year-old, and then Barcelona sell him almost immediately, 6 months later, to Villa for 3 million. Villa happy, they've got the best player. Yeah. West Brom saying they're going to sue. Sue.
And the story...
He's a lifelong Villa fan.
The story going around is that he's all of a sudden been left out of the under-19 Barcelona team.
Right.
He's unhappy that he hasn't got enough game time, so now he wants to come back to England.
Poor West Brom, putting all that time and effort in. They should get some compensation for that. Meanwhile, the Mail reports that Villa have been offered the chance to sign Spanish goalkeeper, former Liverpool goalkeeper Pepe Reina, 37 from AC Milan. I thought Pepe Reina was about 50 at this stage.
No, 30.
Is he still playing?
Yeah, he's
He's been on the bench for like 15 years.
pretty much when he moved to Bayern Munich. That was him saying, "Look, I'm happy enough to be a backup keeper." So,
Is that the best job in world sport?
No, third goalkeeper.
Third choice. Yeah, definitely. Think of Rob Green, Scott Carson. Like, there's no chance of you getting called into the team. Even Andy Lonergan signed for Liverpool this season, and there's no chance he's going to play.
And they're making a couple of million a year.
Like if I was Queevy Kelleher, I'd just try and make that my career niche. Just try and get to clubs where I can.
You need to be good enough to get to that level, though. You need to
drop off, yeah.
Yeah. So you need a couple of seasons of being first choice, and then you can drop down.
I'd like to think Queevy Kelleher has.
No, I'm definitely joking.
On the topic of goalkeepers, the Athletic report that Manchester United want Dean Henderson to challenge David De Gea for starting position when he returns from his loan spell at Sheffield United. He's going to take off his gloves, smack him in the face with them and say, "I challenge you to a duel." Could this open the door to sell the Spaniard? Should Manchester United offload David De Gea if they get a serious offer? The answer is yes, of course it is. Sell him.
Where does Romero fit into this? He obviously played the game against Wolves at the weekend, made an unbelievable save against Doherty, and then you get the questions, who would actually be a better keeper, Romero or De Gea? Because De Gea is not as good as he used to be. But we only see Romero in like Europa League games, Cup games, so the sample size is quite small, but he's always impressive.
Have a battle in the off-season between Henderson and Romero and cash in on your asset at the moment, hit the reset button and continue. Change that culture, right?
Yeah, but you'd still pick De Gea over Henderson.
Yeah, but like you can get 100 million for him. Maybe not
But
now.
yeah, I don't think you could.
You could have. You should have cashed in. Could you get 40
If that
million
fax
for him?
machine wasn't
Could you get
broken,
60 million?
who knows?
And what was that price?
It wasn't
outrageous
quite
anyway.
100. It was definitely over 50 anyway.
Yeah. That's the great sliding doors moment for Man United. Man City are interested in signing Wolves Spanish winger Adama Traoré. This is not a good Villa story. Mundo Deportivo reports that Man City are interested in signing the Spanish winger but are not prepared to meet the 70 million that Wolves have put on him. What impact would the biggest arms in world football make on Manchester City?
Is this Pep Guardiola thinking, that Traoré lad drives me mad, scored 2 against us at the Etihad, scored against us at Molineux, let's sign him so we don't ever have to play against him.
Was he the Barcelona coach who let him go? Was he around there, or would it have been after him?
I think it was after him, was it?
After, yeah. But he obviously would...
Not get in the team ever.
No. I don't think he would
Unless they
suit...
play wing-backs.
I don't think he'd actually suit the way City play because he's a ball carrier. Has to be short, snappy passing with City, and
He's not as good as Mahrez or Sterling in that particular
He's
setup.
not a very good defender, is he? Which the wing
That's
backs
what I mean.
have
It
to
would
do.
have to be a back three, and then he would have to play way wider than
he's
City
basically
ever played.
playing where Kyle Walker was playing last
Yeah.
night.
I don't know if
That was
it
a back
could be
four,
that.
so
Newcastle United are interested in signing former Liverpool winger Ryan Babel. There's a blast from the past from Galatasaray. What age is Ryan Babel?
33.
Correct. You just read it. Have you?
We have the scripts as well.
Good guess. Good guess.
Just come back on. Ajax also linked to the move from.
You'd think he'd probably favour a move back to Ajax. He had a little run with Fulham last season. Did okay, but does he want to be involved in a relegation battle or go back to...
Money's probably better at Newcastle than it is at Ajax, isn't it?
Yeah, but Ajax, you know, it's his home country.
Yeah, maybe.
Still a Dutch international.
Finish off there. And the Sun report that 20-year-old Manchester United prospect Tai Chong could be on the move, according to the paper, the Italian Giants. Doesn't
Juventus.
say which ones. Yeah, Juventus are offering Chong a $2 million signing fee and 35 grand a week. He's out of contract at the end of the season and has so far failed to sign a new deal. Is he the new Paul Pogba?
He's definitely one of the things you would associate with Chong is his hair. So that's a similarity with Pogba. There's a start. I'm reaching here.
5-year deal for Manchester United.
We haven't really seen that much of him. He obviously played at the weekend against Wolves, but you look at the guys that have gone over to Juventus, like from the Premier League, and like Aaron Ramsey,
What's he doing?
Emery
Tearing up trees.
Chan hasn't really worked out for him.
Last one, which has a bit of an Irish angle. Brighton's French striker Neil Maupay is a Napoli target, according to the Telegraph. How much loss would this be for the English club, and how good would it be for Conley?
Well, Conley would go straight up there. Maupay is clearly their best striker, and I don't know.
I don't like Connolly playing up front at the moment. I prefer him out wide. I watched him play against Spurs on Stephen's Day, and I just felt he looked frustrated up there. He couldn't get on the ball because the quality of the ball wasn't good enough to him.
Yeah.
So
it's a difficult, but like that's great learning though.
Yeah.
All those minutes, they count double.
But there was one moment in the game where he got the ball at his feet and ran at them, and you thought, that's the Aaron Connolly I want to see.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so...
I think this would be a good, decent move for Napoli. I'm unsure. Like, we've obviously seen him for half a season. But he's got like half a dozen goals or thereabouts. But he does look excellent.
Really bad team,
like Newcastle should be looking at that signing, thinking to themselves, why couldn't we do that?
Yeah, all right. Okay, 9:35. Phil, good stuff. Thanks a million for that. That's all from us here this Wednesday morning on OTB AM. Thanks very much for joining us.